Alright, how's the YouTube? Now, I have not done a bread recipe with you guys in a while. So I thought with the holidays coming up and everything that we would do something fun. So today I'm going to make with you guys a bread that's shaped like a bear, like a teddy bear. And I think it's perfect. I mean, you could do it for Thanksgiving, but really it's perfect for Christmas. So, we're going to do that. I've made this bread before using rye flour, which is what the recipe calls for. But I'm going to switch it up today, and I'm going to give whole wheat flour a chance. And I'm going to add a little honey to it, and we're just going to wing it. We're going to wing it, and we're going to try it out and see how it goes. So, fingers crossed it works out. If not, then you'll probably never see this video if it turns out like crap, and then I'll just go ahead and make you guys the rye one. The rye is really good. I mean, me and my husband are big fans of rye, and my kids really like rye. And it gives the teddy bear a really cute like texture, because it's kind of speckly, I guess you could say, and it's that light brown color. So definitely give the rye a try, but I want to do something different, and I really want to do whole wheat. So tonight I'm making leftovers, so this bread is going to go perfect with, you know, bread and butter as a side dish. So this bread is also a little bit different. It does not have butter in it, it does not have sugar in it, and it does not have I think that's it. Oh, milk. It does not have milk powder in it, okay? So it's a lot simpler as far as the ingredients go. I'm going to double my recipe because, you know, I have a big family, so little tiny bears ain't gonna do me much good. I need something that's gonna serve all of us. So my recipe is going to be doubled. You can cut my recipe in half. I'm going to type all of this out in a printable recipe form, and you can find that down below at my blog website. Alright, so let's get started. We are going to start with 2 cups of warm water. We're going to go ahead and add 2 teaspoons of our yeast. And you'll probably hear Mason in the background. It's getting close to his nappy time. And Eric is home from school because it's a half day today. They're doing the parent-teacher conferences all week. So it might be a little bit loud here. My apologies for that. Alright, so we've got that. Now we are going to go ahead and we're adding bread flour. Now I don't have much bread flour left, and I'm kind of hoarding it desperately until I can find bulk bags of it again. But for this, because we're going to double the recipe, it's going to be 5 cups of bread flour. What do I have in here? Let's see. This should be 4 cups, but I'm going to measure it out anyway, just because flour can settle. So, all right, 1. Alright, and now we are going to add 1 cup of whole wheat flour, or you can add 1 cup of the rye flour. I'll leave it up to you on which one you want to use. Alright, so just go ahead and drop that in. This recipe also calls for kosher salt, so we are going to add 4 teaspoons. Or 1 tablespoon of kosher salt. Alright, and I am just going to sweeten this up with a little bit of honey. So I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of honey to this, because I think it would taste really good with the wheat. Okay. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and give this a lift. Knead this together. Let's see how it goes. We'll add a little bit more bread flour if it's a little on the wet side, but it should be good. I know there are several recipes out there for this this particular bear bread. This one happens to, for me, to be the prettiest. Her recipe for this bread just is the most visually pleasing, if you will. So that is why we are going to go ahead with this recipe. Dry side, so I'm just going to add just a little bit of water. Well, this is going to be a much denser dough than what we usually make together. Feeling much better. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and knead this for 5 minutes, and when this is done, I will bring you back. Alright guys, so it's been 5 minutes, and my dough is all kneaded, and I'm going to go ahead and just take another bowl here. You can see here. And I'm just going to spray it with some nonstick spray. I'm going to take my dough ball out here. And back you up a little bit. I'm going to show you, just pull and shape your bread dough. Now this is going to be much drier of a dough than what we're used to. It's not going to be soft and supple as much as our normal dough ball. Alright. There we have it, and so I'm just going to go ahead and put it right into my bowl, and I'm going to go ahead and give that a spray. Okay, and then I'm going to cover this with some plastic wrap. Plastic wrap seems to keep in the moisture just a little bit more than, say, a tea towel or something. You hear Mason in his bed. He is refusing to take a nap, but he is so crabby. Or you moms, I'm sure you feel me. So, especially when one of the boys are home, because he just feels like he is missing out. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put this in my oven with the light on. I'm going to let it sit, and I'm going to let it rise for 1 hour, and when that is done, I will bring you back and show you the next steps. Alright guys, so we are back, and it's been an hour, and our dough has doubled in size here. Alright, so we're just going to punch it down lightly. Make sure your hands are super clean for this. Go ahead and take it out of the bowl. Alright. Now, make sure all the air is pressed out of it. Now this is where the fun begins, okay? So, we're going to need a large ball. We're going to need a medium ball, and we're going to need 6 small balls, okay? The large ball is going to be the body, medium ball is going to be the head, and the 6 smaller balls are going to be your 2 arms, your 2 feet, and your ears. So, what I like to do is you kind of want to cut this in half, okay? This is going to be our body. This is the large ball. Right. And then with this, I kind of cut this in half. A little bit less than half here. Doesn't have to be precise, but we do want it to be substantially smaller because we want it to look like a head, not like a second body. Alright, I'm going to pinch all that together. Okay, that's going to be our medium ball. And then from this, we're actually going to need 6 balls and a smaller ball for the nose. We need the nose too. So I think this little one will be my nose. And this is fun too, so it doesn't have, don't be nervous about it. Just kind of play around with it. But you kind of want the pieces to be somewhat matching, so it's not too oddballish, you know. We have 2 arms by 2 feet, and we need 2 ears. And I'm just going to cut off a little piece here and mix it with this one. Actually, I'm going to make this nose about half that size. Alright. My little balls shaped here. Just so it kind of looks even. I use the slightly bigger ones for the feet, I think. Okay. So we have feet, we have hands, we have ears, and we have a little nose. Alright. Okay, so down here, I'm going to zoom you back here. Alright. Okay. So on here, I'm going to go ahead and spray this with nonstick spray. Okay. Then we are going to go ahead and start building our little bear here. Make sure the bottom is nice and pinched closed. Okay, so there's his little body. Okay, his little belly. Okay, and we're just gonna shape it. Alright. And then we're gonna add his face. This is gonna be his little face. And we want the bread touching, because as this begins to rise again, these 2 pieces are going to connect, okay? So you want to make sure that your bread is touching. If it's not touching, it might not connect. Right? Well, there's this little head. It's like Build-A-Bear with dough. Okay, and then we're gonna do his ears. His ears. And basically you're just pressing and shaping. Now this one has a little ripple in it. I'm gonna see if I can roll that out a little bit in my hands. It doesn't have to be perfect, but no, let's try to make it as cute as we can. There we go. It's a little better. Okay, and there's his little ear. Alright, then we're going to do his hands. I'm just going to roll and make sure that it's even. There's his little hands. Little hand right there. Okay, and then I'm going to roll out his little legs. Okay. All right. And now I'm going to add his little nose. Just going to be right there. Okay. Isn't he cute? He's coming together good. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to whip up 1 egg and 1 tablespoon of cold water, and I'm going to egg wash him really quickly, and then once I get that made, I will be back and I will show you how I egg wash him. Alrighty, so got my egg beaten in here with 1 tablespoon of cold water, and I'm just going to go ahead and give him a little egg wash. Now it's really important that on the second rise that when you're doing, so I've read, because I've done a lot of reading on these shaped breads, that when you do a shaped loaf, you do not want it to rise much once it goes in the oven, because many times, and you might see this too if you just Google images of, say, the bear bread, sometimes you'll see bears that have kind of gone out of shape a little bit. That's why, because it didn't rise long enough. And once your bread goes in the oven, you know, the heat makes it rise a little bit more. What we want to do is try to get it to its fullest rise before it goes in the oven, so that when it's in the oven, it's totally proofed and it's not going to lose much of its shape. So what we're going to do is we are going to let this rise for 90 minutes. Alright, instead of the typical, you know, half-hour second rise, this one's going to be 90 minutes, and he should double in his size, and then we can bake him. When it's about an hour in, you're going to go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees, because that's the temperature we're going to bake him at. 350, and he's going to bake for about 25 to 30 minutes once he's in. But for now, I'm just going to sit him back in the oven with the light on, because bread just happens to love that place best in the house, especially on a day like today here in Michigan where it's cold outside. So I'm going to put him back in the oven with the light on, let him rise for an hour. I'll pull him out, I'll preheat my oven and let him continue to rise for an additional half hour while my oven preheats. And once I do that, and before I put him in the oven, I will show you what he looks like, because we're going to put a second coat of egg wash on him. It's going to just make him really nice and shiny. So alright, so there goes his cloth, and I will be back in an hour and a half. Alright guys, so here we have him, and he is all risen up and looking adorable. So what we're going to do is go ahead and coat him a second time. I put my egg wash in the fridge to keep. And we're just gonna coat second coat here. You guys can see him. There we go. Alright. Now you need some raisins. I guess you could use craisins, the dried cranberries too, or whatever you had around, but I'm going to use raisins. And we're going to use those for his eyes, his nose, inside his ears, and his little belly button. Alright. My hubby is home. I hear him pulling up. I'll be just in time to get dinner going now and get him baked up. I'll serve him with some butter. But you see how the seams came together around his neck and his little hands and his little feet. Okay. That's why you want to make sure you put your dough close. Alright. So there we have it. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the big overhead light so you guys can see it's just a little bit better. Even though I'm going to have to adjust my camera here. There we go. Okay. Don't mind the noise in the background. That is my furnace kicking on because it is cold. And my furnace is right off my kitchen. So, alright. So, got my raisins. I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, you guys can see. And I'm going to put eyes here and his ears. I'm going to actually push them flat. Push that right in his ear. I'm going to push this one flat too. And then we're going to do one. This one I'm going to kind of push in like a little ball. Put that one right in his nose. And then we're going to do one. This one's going to be rounded too. I'll put this one right in his belly button. Honey, want to come see our bear bread that we made? I like this eye. Gotta flatten it out.
Sorry, I was trying to pull my badge.
Isn't he cute?
Oh, he's so cute.
We're making them in time for Christmas.
You're giving him a belly button, or are you going to give him like multiple buttons?
the belly button. I know.
Creepy.
My girlfriend just said that on Facebook that belly buttons creep her out.
Bare belly button.
I guess you could do. I guess you could do little
Well, I
buttons.
was just gonna say, if you wanted to do little buttons, you know, a lot of
Let's
bears
try
have
it.
buttons up the front.
I don't think I've ever seen it with
It's up to you, babe. It's
with
whatever you want.
buttons. Let's do
It's
it.
up to you.
Let's see what it looks
I
like.
don't want to ruin your vision of your
Let's see what
bear
it
bread.
looks like.
But that's, you know how old teddy bears have the old buttons sewn up the top.
Yeah.
Sorry, babe.
How's that? That looks cute. All right. Our teddy bear has buttons. All right, guys. So in the oven he's gonna go. There's a little air bubble there. In the oven he is gonna go 350 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes. Keep an eye on him. But yeah, there he is. Cute, eh? I wish you guys could see him a little bit better. Let's see. Let's see. Can you see him that way? Let's aim you up. I'm thinking about buying a camcorder, you guys. I'm looking into one in particular right now. It's a Canon high definition camcorder, which will be a lot easier to kind of maneuver than this camera. But there he is. All right, we're gonna bake him up and I will be back when he is all done. Okay guys, so here it is. My bear bread. Honey wheat. It looks like it turned out really good. Of course the rye to me gives him more of a, like a, I don't know, more of a textured brown color. I think the wheat actually did pretty good, if I can get this to focus. Actually did pretty good, so there he is. Isn't he cute? So this is another one of those really good Christmas gifts you can make somebody, like make your neighbor, or you know, take to a family friend's house or something when you got to bring something. Give it with a jar of sweet onion jam that I still have to wash up from yesterday. So anyway, you know, really easy, inexpensive, not hard at all. You just have to know how to put them together is all. But yeah, so there's the bear bread. He's adorable. Tonight I'm making something a little different for dinner. I'm using up leftovers, and I had some leftover hamburgers from last night that I needed to cook up, so I basically drudged them in flour, beaten egg, and panko breadcrumbs and seasoning. I put some seasoning, and basically gonna serve these with some gravy. I've got some gravy over here that I warmed up, and over here I have a big crock pot of, I added some extra vegetables to it, but potatoes, carrots, corn, green beans, I think there might be some mushrooms in here, and onions. So too light. There we go. Okay. So, anyway, that's what we're having for dinner. Some veggies, and using up the hamburgers. I've never breaded them before, but they look good. And I think with some gravy on them, they might actually be pretty good. So anyway, alright, and then I'm going to serve the bear bread. So, alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you give it a try, let me know. Comment down below in the comment section and let me know how yours turned out. If you're friends with me on Facebook, post me a picture. Even post me a picture on my the Needy Homesteader Facebook page, and I will post it up publicly so everybody can see it. I think it'd be a cool thing if everybody posted their bear bread. You can put a little bow on him too and fancy him up if you wanted. But all right, I hope you enjoyed this, you guys. See you tomorrow.